So contemplate and reflect, listen to this talk again and again and again. Or meditation. Speaks about the absolute truth. Pure mind and the intellect can. So it helps us to discover, who am I? What is the existence? Can I refute this world that I see? No. But I transcend this world. I remove the false notion. Who am I? Refuse it? No, I cannot refuse. Refuse, I am. I cannot refuse. Then I am belongs to the existence. After all this, I am, and the world outside, I cannot refuse. But yes, I remove the wrong notion, the false notion attached to this. Remove the false notion. What happens? I enter into the real self. I discover the permanent peace. So what happens? Mind says, oh, I understand intellectually, but it is able to digest it, absorb it. You see a person who appears as a male, but you see a man who has a long hairs. I'm confused. I'm confused. Same thing is happening. Okay, I intellectually understand, but I'm not sure that I'm the self. The mind is confused. We have to remove the confusion from the mind so that I know the reality. False notion, wrong ideas. So in the third chapter of the Gita, the Arjuna, the seeker, says, I'm confused. Teacher, remove my confusion. The true seeker always says, I am confused, remove my confusion so that I can see the reality. The non-seeker says, I'm done with you. You have to, I already told you, belief, pending inquiry. Ultimately, the confusion is removed. So, seeker, like that confusion, how come I am not the body? How come I am not the mind? How of knowledge, you say, purify your mind. You have to realize that. So it is a part of the karma. See, my friend, the teacher, Krishna, the originator of yoga, tantra, meditation, mindfulness, in one way we can say he is the epitome, he is the great master, he is the reincarnation. Teacher gives us a choice. Just do it and forget it, or listen again and remove the teacher in the Eastern wisdom, impurity and the confusion of the mind. Teacher says, look at the mind and change it, remove impurity, gain focus to learn and realize. So, what is the knowledge inside my head? Action outside. Knowledge that you are in front of me. That is a knowledge. And then I'm speaking to you. Action outside. Seeker has to make a decision. Seeker has to make a decision. So in the first verse, the master is saying, Jayasi chetah karmana te mata buddhi. Jnana tat kim karmani ghore mam niyojasi keshava. You say that knowledge is greater than action. You are pushing me into action. Cannot be perfect. Why you are pushing me into action? Why you are pushing me into good or bad action? So the seeker has not left. Seeker says this head is confused. You remove that confusion. I want to learn. He never says you are confusing me. I am confused. My mind has doubt. So he is, I live with the wrong notion, then I'm confused. So what is the message of a seeker? In order to progress on. So of the knowledge, but it does not has no place in life. Seekers confuse. I say the right hand is the best. It doesn't mean that I should leave the left. Eye is good. It doesn't mean that I should leave the left eye. The relationship between action and the knowledge. Compare what is better. That is the confusion. Their place in our life. Some people have obsession for knowledge, others have obsession for action. Both needs to be balanced. They say it is all theory. Hypoactive person, they forget all that. We need a balance. We neither need to become hypo. Both leads to frustration and failure. What did we learn before? That there must be an intellect is steady. How it is steady? It has to be steady. What is and what is steady? Only one thing: the real self. If the intellect is settled in the body, it will cause problem. If the intellect is settled outside, it causes the problem. That is what we have studies: rati, trakti. Huh? You have understood that part. The rati, seeking pleasure. Now the master in the second verse says, Vyamishreneva vakyena ekam vada nishchitya ena shreya aham. Arjuna is asking, you seem to bewilder my with a confused and mingled speech. Tell me decisively, take a firm decision. So because I'm confused, so as a seeker, that why you are confusing me? Tell me what is right, what is good, is better than karma. So the moment you ask this question, and the action, which one is better? As if you are saying action is also knowledge, knowledge is also action. Why I said so? Knowledge of physics, knowledge of chemistry, which knowledge? Or I take 1 mile of jogging or 5 miles of jogging every day. Knowledge with the other set of knowledge. But and they both have their own place in our life. I know something. How to express what I know? Through the action. Main inside the head. So you see that this is the got a problem with my honey, so I have stopped talking to her or him. Talking is an action. If you don't take an action, how your humility, how your clarity will be known to your honey. Action in our day-to-day life. Karma and the knowledge, they separate, they both needs to be balanced. So teacher never makes the seeker in dip. That is why, Krishna should have answered, okay, this knowledge and action both are separate and it is done with. Understand? So Krishna never said this. Krishna started another topic of action after talking about knowledge. So once we understand that, now come to the stage. In our Vedic system, we have 4 stages in life. Lifestyle of a seeker: you become a student, you study for 20 knowledge of the real self inside. After 25 years, with that family, professional, social life. Knowledge of the real self is inside me. But if I do not know, I have to know it. Life at the age of 50, but it is not retirement. Fashion with reference to the social, family, and the professional life, so that I life from 50 to 75 of age, and from 75 awakened. So that was the system developed in earlier. I can still approach the sadhana with all the luxuries, with all the comforts. I can still do the practice. So never gives, no, you have to follow this. Whether I choose these 4 kinds of lifestyle, I make a choice at a particular stage in my life. Intense final destination should always be there in the mind. I will reach to the goal. Have you seen that there is a guy, there is a master, Swami Prabhupada of International Society for Krishna Consciousness. He started his practice. So it is very clear that to wake up about this journey, the journey starts. So now pay a little more attention to karma, means Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga. The moment act, I cannot live without action. So now I add yoga with every action, it becomes I cannot live without action. Any action in every action. At all the movements in my life. Add yoga after action, it becomes karma yoga. With every understanding, I add yoga, it becomes Jnana Yoga. How are you? So I am asking your body, mind, breath, intellect, and ego, how are you? Because I am doing Jnana Yoga. I'm not. So Jnana Yoga means permanent peace and happiness. And at the same time, I have already spoken, I have acted, I have done karma yoga. I have done karma yoga also. There is a karma yoga outside, there is a jnana yoga. Not having the right, not not having and doing the action, Doing the action without the right knowledge will also cause. You see the problem, my friend. Not know who am I. Here, I know ignorance is there, but I do not know where the ignorance is. Meditation helps it brings it changes the DNA. Am I searching DNA? Knowledge is neuroplasticity, epigenetics. It brings the mutation in the DNA if we practice meditation regularly. Very good. I want to study physics and I landed up into astronomy. So I have to be very clear. My path is my, but I do not know where the ignorance lies. So it lies in my head. Am I focused inside me? Is my the knowledge? Is there no confusion? The root causes ignorance about who I am, not about what the brain looks like. Root causes ignorance. Ignorance complete knowledge. It is delusion. It is superimposition. And the solution is to gain the knowledge. Clear. Now see. Now what happens? Here comes the magic. First milestone. The journey of the self-discovery. I want to know what is real self. You have been talking a lot about it. It is permanent happiness. I'm not in permanent happiness. First. So that is why every teacher, directly or indirectly, guides us through who am I, what is real self, what is the world, and what is the existence. So am I ready to attend satsang? No, I have it that there is a high real self like an imagination because I am living practically in pain and pleasure. So I'm not ready to listen. First milestone is not covered. Second milestone, the mind by systematic learning to know the wrong self is gained. Second is systematic learning to know wrong notion and wrong lifestyle before knowledge of the real self is gained. Only way to prepare is to purify and focus. To purify and focus the mind is karma yoga. Are you understanding? Let me repeat it. At least I should be curious. I shouldn't. It is what you are talking about. What is real self, the world, and the existence? You attend the satsang. You are listening. And ultimately now your mind says, okay, tell me what to do. Master says, in your day-to-day life, from moment to moment, what I am doing. So the master says, very good. Only way to prepare and purify the mind is karma yoga. I'm moving my hand, it is action. How it is going to prepare my mind? That is what we are learning. Knowledge inside, karma outside. Both should go. Professional life, social life, family life. Can I introduce yoga in those professional, social life? Only karma yoga is the option. Karma yoga is the option. So karma yoga prepares and meditation. Understand that. So we are direct clearly to prepare the mind. Action, action is life. When I wake up in the morning until I of karma yoga means what? Being purified. You are not giving a chance as a seeker to pollute the ignorance. That causes the ignorance. See that? Ready to accept and understand the importance of karma yoga? I have to do karma. I'm doing the karma 24 by 7. Let if I add yoga, every action, my mind will remain purified. This is known as Shravan, Manan, and Nididhyas. Manan and Nididhyas. Now, the seeker can easily withdraw. And now, every karma is a purification and focus of the mind. Be comfortable, and you are already there. The mind is not going anywhere. Draw by the knowledge, by the understanding, because I have. So that is why in the last two sessions, the karma, but we are going to pick up a very secret message of the Krishna. To prepare for a strong foundation, they prepare a strong foundation. What? For meditation, to reveal the knowledge of reality. So what is the third milestone? It is Shravanam. To have the right principle in my head, Jnana Yoga begins. And then Mananam, reflect, remove the doubt. Third, any doubt still remains, practice meditation. You are there. So there is both Karma Yoga and the Jnana Yoga, both are important. Now, what is the demand from the Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga? I can say you directly, straight. Extensive thinking. Thinking in terms of these principles that we have learned. I'm going to, oh, she did a blunder. I have to prove that she did a blunder. I'm not in karma. I am a boss and I'm working. Let me fire that guy. No, that is not karma yoga. I have to do extensive thinking. Karma in the world outside with the people, place, location, time. So, see, the time is perfect. I'm speaking to you. Location is perfect. The place is of karma yoga to you. Same way, let me convey. Let me act with my honey, with my friend, with my son and daughter, with my house, with my body. My yoga. It happens. Now this mind is 100% only the three steps I do not know. Let me know it. I do not experience. Let me practice it. Then the mind is totally focused, purified. From where that has come? From the karma yoga. Now, in the third verse, Master says that there are two, as I explained you before. Lokesmin devidha neshtha. Neshtha means the faith, knowledge that there are twofold path for self-realization, which is known as the Sankhya Yoga. The Sankhya means the knowledge. Simply, Sankhya means counting also. Sankhya also means samkhyati. The mind is in the state of khyati. Khyati means settled. The mind is totally settled in equanimity. See that. That is why the world is known as. But what is the what problem is misconception? What is the misconception? Na karmanam neshkaryam neshkam neshkarmya cha sanyas nat eva siddhim samadhi gachati. So what is the problem? The master says you cannot live without action. Now the secret is coming. We will discuss on that. Pay attention. Action is life. We cannot live without action. Very clear. No. We have been learning meditation, doing nothing, that that we think, sit for an hour every day. The idea of the wealth, the prestige follows me again and mind says, have pleasure that prompts me to act, earning the wealth. Hard work, I'll be able to attain it. But still the thoughts are means more to do with the mind, which is attached. Attachment, no value. Why attachment? Attachment action plus yoga, karma yoga. Is a play and fun. So to make us understand, to make this operation of the nature in the world, they are also doing action for safety, for tax, for sleep. The human animal are governed by the unconscious operation of action. We have a choice. We have a choice. It does not mean we are independent of the entire outside. Why I feel independent of the nature? Because I have built a ego. Is based on false notion. So false notion has created an ego, but still we are a part of this nature. We are not separate from it. First thing, I gave two statements. All animals are programmed conscious operation of the nature through the animal instincts, safety, sex, sleep, and food. We have a choice. Mean that we are independent of the nature. We are part of the nature. Discover the real self. Third point. Third point. The entire existence has two things. One is matter, other is consciousness. That pure consciousness is the real self, absolute, permanent happiness, love, truth, wisdom. Not the matter. Why should I claim that I'm doing perfect? I'm not the matter. Again, pick up. All animals are governed by the unconscious operation of the nature in the world outside. Every animal are programmed by the nature for safety, sex, food, and the sleep. That is also we claim we are doing. But we have a choice. A choice of understanding. Drop the ego, drop the false notion that you are the doer, you are the nature. But I'm not the doer. That is not available to any except the human being. Did you understand? Constantly changing. Sex, pleasure, etc., they are constantly changing. So it is a part of the matter. Self does not perform any action. So when I'm set, So inaction is the truth of my yoga. Let us understand in a different way. uh, my master used to is a personality and there is an existence. That existence never changes. That persona, it is a mask. What is that mask? It is the mask made up of body, breath, mind, ego, plus its different activities is personality. Personality is constantly changing. It never changes. When I claim I am the body, breath, mind, intellect, and ego, it comes out of the ego, nothing more, nothing less. To be in, not in action, as long as I identify myself with the body, breath, mind, intellect, thought, feeling, pleasure, desire, suffering. That is happening at the personality level. The personality to the existence, I'm already in action. I'm eating, still I am not. I'm walking, still I'm fully aware. This is a personality part. This is walking. I am the personality, hence I am walking. So there is an action in inaction, and there is inaction in action. You are already liberated by following the path. Action. Are you listening to me or your ears? Are you your ears to claim that you are listening to me? I claim that I'm speaking. No, my tongue, my lips are speaking, my throat and larynx are aware of that. Can I be aware of that fact, that truth? And when you maintain awareness of that truth, the moment you lose awareness of that truth, that means I from the karma yoga, I lose the Gyan yoga. It extraordinary awareness to live into that state inside with the action. That is the secret. You say matter and consciousness, or you say personality and mind is reflecting that real self in itself outside. I have told you before. We claim we eat so that we live. People die of eating. More people die because of eating. 80% of the illnesses that takes the lives of the human being, it is because of eating. You may say overeating, instant eating, junk eating. Go back why they are doing that, because of the karma, not karma yoga. If still we die. Yeah. Drop this identification. Karma yoga begins. Let us take another verse, one more verse. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tishtati prakrati je guna. So are you clear? Is speaking? No. Throat, larynx, tongue, everything is together. I'm none of them. So one thing is clear, that speaking, but action is being done. Another secret comes that you know. Think all the four together, you understand what it means by action, inaction, or inaction, in. Remember, all animals are programmed by the nature. I did not say the fourth point. Now I will say. So first remember, all the animals are programmed by the nature for safety, food, sex, and etc. I realize that I have a choice, but I make that choice based on the ego. So break that shell of the personality and existence, matter and consciousness. If we closely examine this, consciousness is unchanging, real, is constantly changing. So it means I part and other is the consciousness, that is the real self. Anyhow, but still action is being done. That is how we understand. Any action is caused by the three gunas, sato guna, rajo guna, and tamo. Prakriti is the unmanifest matter. Now it is manifesting the three gunas, sato, five elements: mind, intellect, ego, sense organs, thought, anything that is changing. I'm not the doer in the personality. It is matter. What is matter? It is prakriti. What makes the, because of Satu, Raju, and Tamo guna. Oh, so am I aware my this hand is moving because of me? Because of Prakriti. Lips moving because of Prakriti. Milestone. I purify the mind by doing the karma yoga. We may say action cannot be avoided. We know it. So in the beginning, action cannot be avoided. The I performing the action free from the ego, free for the fruits of an action, I realize it is all the play of the Sato and Tamoguna. Happy Rajoguna, pleasure is Rajoguna. Someday you feel happy without any Satoguna. Someday you feel you have lot of pain, Rajo or Tamoguna. It's a movement, it's a play of Sato, Rajo, and Tamoguna. I can instantly move to the Satoguna. I enter into that state of calmness and peace, the equanimity. So the message is that when we don't have a right knowledge about karma, knowledge of the karma, I practice meditation, so mind is have lot of doubts. I enter into fantasy. I cannot sit even for in watching a horror film for 3 hours. They don't move. And why you move in meditation? This is the reason. That is why I talked about before that I cannot sleep for 24 hours. I cannot eat for 20. Interplay of Sato, Rajo, and Tamoguna. Joguna. If I don't recognize, I fall back into the Tamoguna. Again, it pushes me 100 times, and after that, Prakriti says, okay, now I will give you the punishment of the body, etc., etc., etc. I recognize action Rajoguna. From the Rajoguna, I move to Satoguna. This nature pulls us for action. Action may be. We have a choice by knowledge. Choose Satoguna, follow. Satoguna does not have an ego. Satoguna does not need any. Last point that I definitely will pick up. Actually, happening. It's a conscious evolution. Life evolved out of matter. What it means? The life hidden into the matter. That is why it evolved. There cannot be nothing out of, there be something out of nothing. Matter, there was a life. Now there is an animal mind that evolved out of life. You have the entire animal kingdom. The process of evolution is continuing from the animal mind. The human mind evolved out of the mind. Did I create the human mind for me, myself? No. I have to recognize only, and I have to use it. From the animal mind to the human mind, what is the next evolution? Human mind, the real self will evolve. That is what we are talking.